All right, you know this, everywhere you turn, people are talking about potholes these days, but could the problem be the reason why many companies don't find Metro Detroit attractive? That's what the mayor of Sterling Heights is saying, and that's why the city has rolled out a 5-year plan to fix its crumbling roads. And now Detroit's Simon Chowdhury is live in Sterling Heights right now. All right, Simon, talk about why the mayor thinks this really needs to be job one here.
Well, Joanne, I mean, everyone's talking about it. It's no secret. Take a look at this. The roads are in pretty bad shape almost everywhere you go in Michigan. But the Sterling Heights mayor tells us it shouldn't be a daily issue for folks to get from point A to point B, hoping they won't blow out a tire. And he says if people don't want to drive here, they're not going to want to live here.
It's bad. It's awful. The damage that we're doing to our vehicles, it doesn't make sense. It's not cost effective.
Mayor Michael Taylor is hoping to put the brakes on car repairs due to crumbling roads.
This has to be the top priority statewide because it's an embarrassment.
The city has announced a 5-year, $77 million plan to fix residential and major roads.
Like Ryan Road and 17 Mile and 15 Mile.
The city is working with the county and state officials to make more permanent repairs. The neighborhood roads will be mainly funded by the Safe Street millage. Mayor Taylor says horrible roads in Michigan could be the reason why companies may not want to invest here.
If anybody from Amazon drove the roads in Michigan, they probably thought, I'm never coming back here. So we cannot attract new businesses. We can't attract new residents. We can't expect talent to stay here if we're struggling to get them from point A to point B and they're too worried about blowing out a tire.
This year, 10 different projects are expected to be completed. City officials believe this will be the largest amount of road work to be done in the city's history.
The roadways in Sterling Heights are going to be in much, much better shape.
And this year's plan to improve the roads will cost about $16 million. And Joanne, I got to tell you, we've been out here for the past few minutes and we've been doing our part. Every time this light turns red, we've been warning folks about the potholes over here. So unfortunately, we cannot be in every corner on every street here in Michigan, but we're trying to do our part right now.
You're not kidding, and I wish you could be on every corner because I think we all drive them. It doesn't matter what city that you live in, right? And I think and I know the advice they always say, you just did a report the other day, they say slow down if you are going to hit one of those, but there's a danger even with that, right? Because the cars behind you may not even know you're going to slow down.
I know. Joanne, it is such, you sit there and you plan ahead when you take the same roads every day and you end up finding new potholes. So when you think, okay, I'm going to get out of this lane to go in this one to avoid that, next thing you know, you find a new pothole. So it's just like the circle of horrible life here of the Michigan roads.
You're right, and I think the mayor has a very good point, and I like to see that he's addressing it, and hopefully other cities will try to do more to do the same. Simon, thank you so much for the live report.